The spring sun rose over the Blue Ridge Mountains, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. At Sunrise Ranch, Donna Ross walked among the stables, her elegant silhouette contrasting with the deep green of the fields. Her steps were firm, but slow, as if carrying the weight of years of tradition and dedication to horse breeding. Star had always been her favorite mare, an Andalusian with a white coat and silver mane that seemed to have stepped out of a painting. That morning something was different. The mare was restless, neighing unusually, moving nervously inside the stable. "Easy, my dear," Donna murmured, approaching slowly. It was then that she noticed. Star's belly was visibly larger. Strange. Very strange. Star had never been bred, had never been intended for reproduction. How could she be pregnant? Intrigued, Donna decided to call Dr. Johnson, the local veterinarian known for his competence and discretion. Something wasn't right, and she needed to understand what was happening. The old ranch phone cut through the morning silence. Donna dialed the numbers with determination, her long, elegant fingers precisely marking each digit. "Dr. Johnson, I need you to come to the ranch immediately. It's about Star." The conversation was brief but filled with expectation. The veterinarian promised to be there within a few hours. Meanwhile, Donna continued observing Star, trying to decipher the mystery that was unfolding. Unbeknownst to her, the ranch's security cameras would hold a secret that would soon change everything. A secret that had begun on a dark night, when no one was watching. Dr. Johnson arrived punctually, his old pickup truck raising dust at the entrance of Sunrise Ranch. A middle-aged man with graying hair and an experienced look, he greeted Donna with a firm handshake. "So tell me everything," he asked, approaching the stable where Star rested. The examination was thorough. Modern instruments and a clinical eye confirmed the inexplicable. Star was definitely pregnant. Her movements were slow, her belly clearly modified, but no medical logic justified that gestation. "I can't explain it," the veterinarian confessed, furrowing his brow. "It's scientifically impossible." At that moment, Donna decided to review the security camera recordings. Something compelled her, an instinct that went beyond reason. In the old office, filled with trophies and memories of decades of horse breeding, she began to examine the images. The first recordings showed nothing unusual, but then in a specific sequence, she noticed something strange. Some cameras had mysteriously failed during the night. One of them, however, captured an intriguing moment. The stable gate being opened, and the entrance of an imposing horse, Thunder, the stallion from Oak Hill Farm, property of Alex Sanders, her neighbor. "It can't be," she murmured to herself. Determined to clarify the mystery, Donna prepared for an uncomfortable visit. Alex Sanders wouldn't be easy to confront, but she needed answers. The walk to Oak Hill Farm would be the beginning of a journey that would change everything she knew about her life, her ranch, and the secrets that the Blue Ridge lands held. The sun was beginning to set, painting the sky with hues of blood and mystery. Something extraordinary was about to happen. Oak Hill Farm was a mirror of Donna's property, but with a more modern and aggressive air. Alex Sanders was known to be an ambitious breeder, always seeking perfection in his horses. When Donna arrived, she was greeted by Lucy, Alex's daughter. Young, intelligent, with eyes that hid secrets, she seemed nervous from the first moment. "I've come to speak with your father," Donna said directly. Alex vehemently denied any involvement. "I would never allow Thunder to leave my property," he declared, his tone defiant. It was then that Lucy, in a moment of vulnerability, began to reveal part of the story. Her eyes downcast, hands trembling, she confessed to finding old documents hidden by her father. "There's a secret," Lucy whispered. "Documents about a genetic experiment. My father and Dr. Edward Miller were involved in something extraordinary. The papers revealed a secret project of genetic modification in horses. Thunder wasn't just a common stallion, but part of an experimental program to create genetically enhanced animals." Donna felt a chill. This story was getting more and more complex. "What kind of experiment?" she asked, her voice controlled but curious. Lucy hesitated. She knew she was about to reveal something that could change everything. The silence in the office was tense, heavy like the air before a storm. They wanted to create perfect horses, she finally said. Horses with capabilities beyond normal, and thunder was the main result of that project. The revelation hung in the air like a secret about to explode, and Donna knew that this was just the beginning of a much deeper story. What did that experiment really mean? And what would be the true purpose behind the creation of these special horses? Night was falling over the Blue Ridge Mountains, bringing more questions than answers. On the night of the birth, a different energy hovered over Sunrise Ranch. Star was restless, her movements indicating that the moment was near. Dr. Johnson was called, and everyone waited in tense silence. The birth was quick and surprising. When Bolt was born, a murmur of astonishment filled the stable. The foal was different from anything they had ever seen. His black coat gleamed with silver reflections, and his eyes, of an intense and penetrating blue, seemed to observe the environment with an intelligence that went beyond natural. "Impossible," Dr. Johnson murmured, approaching cautiously. Upon touching Bolt, he felt a slight electric discharge, something that defied all scientific logic. On the foal's coat, subtle symbols seemed to form complex patterns, almost like a deliberate mark. Donna observed, divided between fascination and fear. Something about that foal was extraordinary, unique. In the following days, Bolt demonstrated absolutely unusual growth and development. Without any training, he understood simple commands. His movement was graceful, almost ethereal. There seemed to be a special connection between him and Donna, a silent communication that went beyond words. Meanwhile, Lucy continued investigating the documents she had found. Ancient records mentioned a Native American legend about a horse destined to bring balance to the world. The similarities between the ancient description and Bolt were disturbingly accurate. The news of the unusual birth began to spread. Rumors circulated through Asheville. A miraculous horse, some said. A dangerous scientific experiment, others murmured. The pressure began to increase. Journalists and curious people began to prowl around the ranch, wanting to see the extraordinary foal. Donna knew she would need to make an important decision: protect Bolt or reveal his secret to the world. Night was falling over the Blue Ridge Mountains, and with it came the feeling that something grand was about to happen. The pickup truck appeared on the horizon of the dirt road, breaking the tranquility of the morning. Dr. Edward Miller finally arrived at Sunrise Ranch, bringing with him an aura of mystery and scientific knowledge. Donna received him with a mixture of curiosity and distrust. A man in his 60s, penetrating gaze, dressed simply but carrying a leather briefcase that seemed to hold secrets. "I came to explain," he said without preamble, as soon as they sat on the porch. Miller revealed details of the genetic project he had developed in partnership with Alex Sanders years ago. The original goal was to create stronger, smarter, and more adaptable horses, a project that merged biotechnology with a deep understanding of equine genetics. The program was shut down, he explained, due to ethical implications and fear of military potential. Bolt, according to Miller, was living proof that the modified genes manifested in an even more advanced way than anyone could imagine. His eyes sparkled with scientific excitement as he described the foal's unique characteristics. Lucy, who was present, listened to every word with a mixture of guilt and fascination. Her decision to allow the secret crossing now gained new dimensions. "I want to help study and protect Bolt," Miller proposed. But something in his gaze didn't completely convince Donna. His intentions seemed to have deeper layers than simply scientific research. As they talked, Bolt remained in the stable. But something extraordinary was happening. The foal seemed to perceive the discussion, his movements synchronized with the tone of voices, his intense blue eyes seeming to understand every word. Miller's arrival brought more questions than answers. What did he really want with Bolt? What was the true purpose behind that genetic experiment? The tension was growing, like a storm about to break over the tranquil Asheville. The silence of the ranch was abruptly broken by the arrival of an unscrupulous journalist, Mike Harrison. Known for his thirst for sensationalism, he had managed to get information about the extraordinary foal. With professional photographic equipment and fierce determination, Mike managed to cross the property boundaries. The first images of Bolt would be his big headline. Donna was alerted by one of the ranch hands. Bolt, mysteriously, was already showing signs of restlessness even before any suspicious movement was noticed. "It's as if he knew," Dr. Johnson murmured, observing the foal's unusual behavior. Mike's photographs quickly spread. A local newspaper published the first article with the headline, "The Miracle Horse of Asheville, Genetic Experiment or Natural Phenomenon." The exposure brought immediate consequences. Scientists, curious people, and even representatives of government institutions began to show interest in Bolt. Alex Sanders was one of the first to react. Fearing legal involvement with the genetic experiment, he pressured Miller to take action. "We need to control the situation," he said during a tense meeting at the ranch. Lucy, consumed by guilt for having allowed the initial crossing, proposed a protection strategy for Bolt. His abilities were becoming increasingly evident. The foal seemed to anticipate movements, react to dangers before they happened. Miller observed everything with a mixture of scientific fascination and concern. Bolt represented much more than a simple genetic experiment. It was something beyond human understanding. Donna knew she would need to make a crucial decision. Protecting. Bolt would mean facing pressures from all sides: media, scientists, curious people. Night was falling over the ranch, filled with tension and mystery. Bolt remained in the stable, his intense blue eyes seeming to contain secrets that no one could fully understand. The world now knew of his existence, and nothing would be the same. In the library of Sunrise Ranch, Donna immersed herself in ancient documents, dusty books, fragile scrolls, anything that could reveal something about Bolt's origin. It was then that she found something extraordinary. Records of Native American elders spoke of a prophecy, a special horse, born in times of great transformation, destined to bring balance between the natural world and the human. The descriptions coincided frighteningly with Bolt: symbols in the coat, eyes that seemed to see beyond reality, an almost mystical connection with the environment. Dr. Miller, upon learning of the documents, was disturbed. "This goes far beyond a scientific experiment," he murmured. Meanwhile, external pressure increased. Journalists camped around the ranch. Scientists from different parts of the world requested permission to study Bolt. Lucy discovered more details about the original project. The genetic experiment had connections with secret military research, something her father had kept hidden for years. Bolt, as if understanding the situation, demonstrated increasingly impressive abilities. He communicated with other animals in an inexplicable way. He anticipated climatic events. He reacted to the emotions of people around him. One night, during a tense meeting, the foal unexpectedly entered the office. His movements were fluid, his blue eyes fixed on Donna. "It's as if he wants to tell us something," Dr. Johnson observed. The connection between Bolt and Donna was becoming deeper and deeper. Something united them beyond scientific or rational understanding. The secrets of the Blue Ridge Mountains were beginning to reveal themselves, but many questions still remained unanswered. Who really was Bolt? What was his true purpose? Night descended over the ranch, laden with mystery and expectation. The fate of Bolt, and of everyone around him, hung by a thread. The tension had reached its limit. Government representatives, scientists, and journalists were pressing for access to Bolt. Donna knew she needed to make a definitive decision. A meeting was called. Present were Alex Sanders, Dr. Miller, Lucy, Dr. Johnson, and some lawyers. Bolt remained in the stable, but his presence seemed to hover over the environment, invisible but palpable. "We can't let them turn him into an object of study," Donna declared, her firm voice cutting through the tense silence. Dr. Miller presented a controversial proposal. There was a research center in Colorado interested in studying Bolt, guaranteeing his protection and freedom, but something in his eyes betrayed deeper intentions. Lucy then revealed a shocking detail. Among the documents she had found, there was evidence that the original project had connections with international military experiments. Bolt could be much more than a genetically modified horse. At that moment, something extraordinary happened. Bolt, who was in the stable, began to show unusual agitation. The security cameras captured the foal moving almost telepathically, as if he was connected to the discussion. "He understands," Dr. Johnson murmured, impressed. The final decision would be up to Donna, Protecting Bolt meant facing forces much greater than simply a group of curious scientists. It meant challenging a network of interests that extended far beyond Asheville. Lucy proposed a bold plan: create a protection foundation, scientifically document Bolt's capabilities, but keep him away from military or commercial interests. Bolt approached Donna, his intense blue eyes conveying a communication that went beyond words. It was as if the fate of both were intertwined. Night was falling over Asheville. A decision would be made. A decision that would forever change the fate of Bolt and everyone around him. The mystery was about to be revealed. Dawn brought a different energy. Bolt was in the center of the field, his silhouette cut against the rising sun, when something extraordinary began to happen. Dr. Miller was the first to notice. Symbols in Bolt's coat began to glow softly, forming complex patterns that resembled ancient Native American writings. It was as if the horse itself was a living scroll, holding ancestral secrets. "It's impossible," Miller murmured, approaching cautiously. Donna observed, her heart beating fast. Bolt seemed to be about to reveal something that went far beyond a simple genetic experiment. Suddenly the foal began to emit a peculiar energy. Animals around, birds, other horses, even insects, seemed synchronized with his movements. A natural harmony was established, as if Bolt were the center of a cosmic balance. Lucy found in the ancient documents a passage that now made sense. When the blue-eyed horse is born, he will bring balance between human knowledge and the wisdom of nature. Dr. Johnson performed final exams. Bolt's characteristics defied all scientific understanding. His DNA showed modifications that seemed almost impossible, a perfect combination of genetic engineering and something that went beyond modern science. Alex Sanders, initially skeptical, now observed Bolt with a mixture of reverence and fear. What had they created? A horse? A messenger? Something completely new? Bolt approached Donna, his eyes conveying a silent message. It was as if all the mystery of his existence could be understood in a single look. "He came for something greater," Donna said, her voice trembling. "He's not just a horse. He's a symbol of transformation." The news of his extraordinary capabilities began to spread. Scientists, spiritual leaders, ordinary people, everyone wanted to understand the mystery of Bolt. But the true mission of the foal was yet to be revealed. On the last day, something definitive would happen. An international delegation arrived at Sunrise Ranch. Scientists, government representatives, and spiritual leaders from different parts of the world. Bolt remained motionless in the center of the field, his intense blue eyes observing every movement. Donna by his side, like a silent guardian. Dr. Miller presented the final results of the research. Bolt was not just a genetically modified horse. He was a creature that represented an inexplicable evolution, a being capable of establishing telepathic communication, anticipating events, and restoring energetic balances. "He is a portal," declared a Native American elder present, "a being that connects different dimensions of understanding." The original genetic modifications had triggered something far beyond what was expected. Bolt carried information that transcended modern science, a bridge between human knowledge and natural wisdom. Lucy revealed the last secret documents. The original project had roots in research that sought to understand energetic connections beyond traditional scientific understanding. At the exact moment of noon, something extraordinary happened. Bolt began to emit a soft light, his body symbols shining intensely. Animals around entered into perfect synchronicity. "It's the balance," whispered the Native American elder. Donna then understood. Bolt didn't belong to anyone. He was a messenger, a force of nature destined to restore lost connections between beings. The final decision was unanimous. Bolt would be protected, but free. He would be studied, but not imprisoned. A living symbol that there are mysteries beyond human understanding. As the sun began to set, Bolt looked one last time at Donna. A look of gratitude, of farewell, but not of abandonment. Something grand was just beginning.